everybody, so my next movie review for you is The Dark Knight Rises. Once again, I've already reviewed this movie on past channels, but any chance I get to review a Batman movie, I'm going to take. It's as simple as that. So The Dark Knight Rises, once again, is directed by Christopher Nolan and also stars, again, Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne as Batman. We also see the return of Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, same with Michael Caine as Alfred Pennyworth. But we get introduced to Anne Hathaway as Selina Kyle and Catwoman, and I cannot forget the awesome Tom Hardy as Bane. So in this next and final installment of the Batman series, we get to see Gotham 7 years on after the events of The Dark Knight. Bruce Wayne is basically a recluse, a cripple. He's paying the effects of being Batman. Gotham is in peacetime, which is basically based on a lie. And built on a lie, but it is not long before Gotham starts to see a brand new threat from an awesome villain named Bane. Now, this movie, see, for me, this third installment in the Christopher Nolan trilogy is this is a movie which is not my favorite. Okay, I do not dislike this movie. I just don't enjoy this movie as say much as Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. That being said, The Dark Knight was always going to be a very, very hard movie to follow. Also, I do get what they were trying to do with this movie. I get it. There's not a bad plot. It's not a bad plot in any way, shape, or form. It's just it hasn't got that same feel as The Dark Knight. That being said, that might be my problem, is that I was expecting that same kind of scenario or feel as The Dark Knight, but obviously we can't have that because one, they're introducing a brand new villain, and two, obviously with the death of Heath Ledger, they can never really follow up on the Joker storyline as such. But introducing Bane into this next franchise and more of a realistic kind of Bane, not the shit that we saw in Batman and Robin, is a very, very good move. And where he's not got this venom toxin in him which makes him stronger, it's just a guy who knows his shit and how to fight and who is a complete fucking badass and a powerhouse at that. This is why I enjoy the Christopher Nolan series so much. It's because of the realism that he's bringing to this. There's no stories like what we got in Batman Forever or what we got in Batman and Robin. It is just pure realism of what this is actually what he could be like if it was real life. And this is something that I really, really enjoy. I remember when they were announcing that Bane was going to be in the next Batman movie and who they were going to star. And obviously, Tom Hardy is a method actor anyway in itself. And I think it was a really, really good move. And then to stick Christian Bale in a batsuit against a seriously big muscle powerhouse of Tom Hardy. Yet I know that there is a height difference in real life, but to put those two together and get to see the fight that I've always wanted to see, as in Bane breaking Bruce Wayne's back and seeing exactly how vulnerable that Batman actually is and how much the 7 year break has taken its toll on him, and knowing that this I just enjoyed just that one fight sequence. Out the whole of this movie, that one fight sequence in that sewer where Batman is giving his all against basically a villain who is pretty much unstoppable, is the by far the best part of this movie for me. And I'm going straight in there and I'm just saying it. It is the best part of this movie. And yes, however much I love Batman as a character, it's always nice to see, not nice to see, it was hard to watch, but to see your villain be pummeled like that, I don't enjoy it, but I enjoy it as well. Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say. There's something about that. It's just to see him basically rise from a defeat like this and to come back stronger. It's just brilliant. And just that one scene, I enjoy it. Let me put it like that for you. As far as the rest of the movie goes, like I said, I enjoy what they were doing with the plot. It's more of a throwback to Batman Begins. Obviously, we have Ra's al Ghul's daughter that's basically taking the mantle of trying to destroy Gotham. Like I said, it's a good throwback to the Batman Begins and this trilogy. I liked the performances in this. Pretty much all the performances in this, I actually really, really did enjoy. I liked all sorts of little, like I said, throwbacks to the first Batman, and just the whole feel of this. That kind of just the suspenseful build up to the big fight, or the first fight between Bane, to the point where Bruce Wayne gets sent to that kind of prison and basically has to train himself to get his way out of it, to rise, to go back to Gotham, and then to have another fight scene with Bane, but this time with a difference. It's just, oh, I have so much love for it. Like I said, this isn't my favorite out of the three, but I still carry a lot of love for this movie, and there's just so many different aspects and elements of this. It's full of emotion in certain ways. You get a real big, you get that emotional attachment to Bruce Wayne and even Alfred in this as well. On how much of a toll this basically has had on Alfred. I feel that emotion. I enjoy that side of it, to the point even Anne Hathaway's character as Catwoman. Yeah, she's not the best Catwoman in the world, I have to admit. But in this movie, she suits the part really, really well, and the chemistry between Catwoman and Batman, and even Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle, is still very, very good. Like I said, she doesn't do a huge amount in this movie, but she does enough for me to enjoy her character. And it's exactly the same with Natalia in this as being the main. She does follow and carry that kind of. She's not as good as Ra's al Ghul, I have to admit, but I see the similarities and to her, to Ra's al Ghul. It's just, I don't know. It's just, for a villain, or secondary to main villain in this, she wasn't that kind of good for me. I have to be honest with you. You throw all these elements together, it's still an entertaining watch. I do admit there are a couple of slow moments in this, mainly at the beginning. It's just building up to that first meeting between Bane and Batman. I get that. But as a whole, I do actually generally love this movie or do enjoy this movie quite a lot, to be honest with you. Strictly for all the reasons what I said, putting in a more realistic villain, as in Bane, where we don't get to see him being controlled by Venom. It's just, he is a powerhouse. He's hard. He knows what he's doing. He's a mercenary. He's just badass. And to put him against somebody that hasn't really had a decent fight in like 7 years, I just like what they were trying to do, and it's just an enjoyable watch. I've got a lot of passion for it. I got a lot of passion for this trilogy. I got a lot of passion for the Batman movies. You can see that I love Batman. He's my favorite hero of all time, to be fair. And a lot of people do question why I like Batman over all the other ones. It's just that he got no superpowers. He does everything through intelligence and just hand-to-hand battle, and that's why I enjoy it so much. And it's a great trilogy. I could watch this trilogy over and over again. It's that simple. I love this movie. I love all the movies. It's as simple as that. It was a good job, and I'm glad they didn't do another one afterwards. I'm glad they left it as that. It was a nice close as well to this. Like I said, this movie was full of emotion in certain points. It's got some action in this. Like I said, I don't enjoy it as much as, say, The Batman Begins or The Dark Knight, but it's still an enjoyable watch for me, and I can quite happily sit down and watch it over and over again, and I will watch it over and over again. That's how much I enjoy these trilogies. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.